It can be seen that over the course of many years, Nevada has become one of the most well-studied areas of seismic activity in the United States, along with California. Because of Nevada's location, which is near the San Andreas Fault, the effects have spread outward with the creation of many more small faults that litter the desert landscape within Nevada's borders. The characteristics of the fault activity are seen mostly in the western edge of the state, and the larger portion of these quakes are minor, occur more often, and have an even distribution. These quakes have been occurring throughout the known history of the area starting in 1851 with the first recorded seismic activity. The activity of the faults located in Nevada have affected many residents and will continue to do so in the future. Gaining the name before 1960 as the earthquake state, as you can see, Nevada is very popular for its seismic activity. Nowadays, Nevada is ranked 4th in the United States for having the most earthquakes, along with Alaska, California, and Hawaii. Although many are sure that there were plenty of seismic activity before 1851, where the earliest quake was recorded.
Some of the most noted earthquakes began in the 1900s. Pleasant Valley, 1915. A magnitude 7.1 earthquake hit eastern Pleasant Valley about 40 miles southeast of Winnemucca on October 2, 1915 at 11:52 p.m. Damage was mostly contained to Battle Mountain, Kennedy, Lovelock, and Winnemucca, and several ranches in Pleasant Valley. Some adobe houses were damaged or destroyed, water tanks were thrown down, and some houses were displaced from their foundations, according to the USGS. The quake drastically altered the flow of springs and streams throughout the northern Nevada and was felt from Oregon to South California and from the Pacific coast to beyond Salt Lake City. Cedar Mountain, 1932. A magnitude 7.2 quake hit a largely uninhabited desert region of western Nevada near Cedar Mountain at 10:10 p.m. on December 20, 1932. 2 cabins were destroyed, and ore treating plants and mines were damaged. Large landslides and rock slides occurred, and some stream placement shifted. The earthquake was felt from the Rocky Mountains to the Pacific Ocean and from San Diego to southern Oregon. Excelsior Mountains, 1934. A magnitude 6.5 quake hit the Excelsior Mountains in western Nevada at 12:16 p.m. on January 30, 1934. Much of the affected area in Mineral Country was uninhabited, so damage was minimal. A few chimneys collapsed and 2 cabins were damaged. A rock slide at the Silver Pike mine destroyed a pipeline and a pump house. The quake was felt throughout central Nevada and central California. Fallon-Stillwater area, 1954. On July 6, 1954, a magnitude 6.6 quake hit the Fallon area, severely damaging older concrete structures and injuring several people in the Naval Auxiliary Air Station, where the quake knocked over some heavy steel lockers. Canals and drainage systems of the Newlands Reclamation Project near Fallon were severely damaged, and paved roads cracked and buckled in several areas, including nearby Lone Tree and Stillwater. Damage was estimated to be a few $1 million. The quake was felt in California, Idaho, Oregon, and Utah. Stillwater, 1954. Less than 2 months later, another large earthquake hit the same area. A magnitude 6.8 quake hit Stillwater at 8:51 p.m. on August 24, 1954. The quake damaged the same areas affected earlier that summer, as well as the Lovelock area, where it considerably damaged the Rogers Dam. Fairview Peak and Dixie Valley quakes, 1954. 1954 wasn't a good year for Nevada earthquakes. 2 major quakes hit the same area within minutes of each other on December 16, 1954, a magnitude 7.1 at 3:07 p.m. and a magnitude 6.8 at 3:11 p.m. Although the second one was a separate earthquake and not just an aftershock, USGS treats the two as a single event because the damage cannot be separated. Damage from the earthquake was negligible due to the sparse population of the area. Furniture was displaced at Frenchman Station, but there was very little damage to buildings. The quake was felt over much of the western U.S. Wells, 2008. The most recent major earthquake to hit Nevada was a 6.0 that did 10.5 million in damage when it struck near the Elko Country city of Wells at 6:16 a.m. on February 21, 2008. All 700 of the residential structures in the town saw some kind of damage in the quake. 20 were completely destroyed. Despite the significant damage, no one was seriously injured. In fact, there are no known earthquakes-related deaths in Nevada history.
As you can see, Nevada is very seismically active and has been for a long time due to being an earthquake country. While there have been some major earthquakes in Nevada, majority of them are micro-earthquakes that happen daily. Due to bettering our knowledge of earthquakes, we can help prepare for future ones. By locating the active faults and plate boundaries, we can better predict time, place, and intensity level of future quakes.